Welcome back, everyone, to another Invincible Guarding the Globe game video. The long-awaited video, the one I've been talking about for months. I'm finally going to go into all 10 teams that I've made, also why, and then breaking down why I chose specific characters to be on certain teams. But quick run through of my roster so you can see what we sort of have here. But yeah, I mean, to do this, I will have on the side a little like notepad kind of thing that I've had on my phone for a long time. I've usually had it just to pretty much mark down the power level of my teams. But to get started, I mean, first off, I like to pretty much say that the reason for why I originally made 10 teams about last year now, a year ago now, was with the introduction of where is he? Angstrom. So originally, when I first started playing, I wanted to have Mark, um, what's it called, Alan, Omni-Man, Eve, and Robot. No, not Robot. Battle Beast on him as my main team. But I also wanted to start working on a secondary team. My secondary team of choice was the Mauler Twins. I wanted to work on the Mauler Twins just because I really liked their ability for dynamic duel for this one, and then the genetic power for the second one. So my whole goal was to pretty much have two, I guess, ranged maulers and then three melee maulers. But when I started building the team, Angstrom had released. Okay, so sorry, I'm a little sick right now. And if you hear some background noise, that's just a little noise machine we have. My son's currently sleeping. I'm in the same room as him just to watch him. But yeah. So when Angstrom had come out, that's when I really it really clicked in my head. Okay, this is what I want to do for sure, no doubts about it. So I started working on my second team, which at that point realized Angstrom was ranged and he fit with the Mauler team, thanks to his second ability. So because he gains the I think it was a trait. Let me see. Yeah, that was not the tag, the Mauler twins tag. So he fits. Um, so I ended up doing three melees, one ranged, and an Angstrom. I did recently change because as you can see, there's not three melee maulers. I had this one Omnipotent Plus. I had a second one at Omnipotent Plus. The third one I had at I think Legendary or Legendary Plus. But with the release of the resets and more characters, that completely changed. So now I'm only running one, and then Angstrom. The characters I swapped in were actually, yeah, I can probably just show you right into the GD hub. Let's see, claim this. But that was pretty much the main inspiration for why I started this, and then it only further increased with the race of Cecil's Nightmares and the restrictions put on. You needing certain characters from certain factions, or certain factions, or even just certain tags, which really made me think, okay, I want to be fully prepared. This is taking a long time to load, I'm sorry. But I want to fully be prepared for anything the devs decide to bring at us. And then, yeah, I just went on from there. Like, more characters coming out. This is taking a very long time to load. Honestly, I might just cut to when it's done. Or I might use this time. Actually, I'll use this time to ramble for a little bit. But I don't know why this is happening. If it doesn't start too soon, I'll restart the app. Okay, no, I think it's not gonna start. Oh, okay, never mind. I was about to start rambling, but I was also a little worried that it might have crashed. But quick look. So I'll go into this one. This is probably like my bottom tier right now. Um, this one, yeah. So this is one of the main teams I just ended up making recently. Uh, I love this one. This was probably this was I think that's third or no, this is the fourth team I started working on. They're all just married to the mob tags. And then this is what I was talking about right here. So I swapped two melee maulers for multi-paul and sorry, I had to burp there. Darkwing 2. Now, Darkwing 2 kind of ruins the synergy. I don't get a 3-2 synergy. I get it just a 2-2. But no, I don't. Sorry. I forgot what that's called. I think I get a 4-1, which is not ideal. Let's grab some stuff real quick. But the reason for why I ended up switching in Multi-Paul and Darkwing 2 is just because of the Malefactors, but I'll get more into that. I sort of want to explain my reasoning for why I'm started doing this, because I know a lot of people will probably see this and just think like, that's dumb. Like, why would you do that? And honestly, like I said, at first I started with the Mauler Twin Team idea. I started expanding from there. Like, oh, I want to have a full GDA team. I want to have a full Worlds Beyond team kind of thing. And with more characters coming in, the team started shifting a lot. So, yeah. But let's see. So let's get right into it with the very first team that I had in mind. Okay. So again, I will have the listing on the side for just to see the names listed out. But I'm also just gonna go through. So the main team I have right now for overall everything. Okay. So in my head, I have my main team for everything, which is like primarily arena focused and event focused for GDA ops. Like if there's an event for GDA ops, then this is the team I would throw in there. But it consists of Alan, Omni-Man, Invincible, Adam Eve, and Universa. Okay. Now, like I said, this is separate in my head only because these are my strongest characters, without a doubt. So I put them together and it pretty much it fits. Obviously, Mark needs to be with any Earth defenders or last round of the fence to pretty much get his let me go to his abilities to get his cooldown reduction. So I put him on there, right? Yeah, ability reduced by 10%. And let's go through. Alan, honestly, just from the very get-go when I started playing the game, my goal was get Alan, get Battle Beast, run with those two. Alan never stopped. He is by far my favorite tank. I think he's also probably one of the tankiest tanks. Maybe I think he has more health than Immortal. Immortal just has more defense. He's also just incredible. He's just a phenomenal tank. But I focused primarily when I was playing him on the three other abilities. Evolution, obviously, for when he's below health, just start doing more damage afterwards, but also make it more tanky. Adaptation, pretty much this was the first one I focused on just because if he's about to die, just takes in a healing boost and starts healing up, lasts a little longer. And then the third ability I ended up maxing out was Mental Workout. This is just to make my entire team overall more tanky when fighting anyone from not of this earth. And to be fair, I mean, oh, he's not. I'll go through in a bit. Let me see. Not of this earth. This is, like I said, primarily for anything I need. So like events for GDA ops or arena. This is my arena team without a doubt. But I am curious now. Where are not of this earth? There it is. Okay, so if I end up going, oh, that's weird. Did it have the tag on here? Oh, I just didn't see it. Okay, so yeah. So in arena, if I end up fighting anybody who has an Allen, Universa, a Battle Beast, chances are my team is getting a 40% defense increase without a doubt to their energy and let me see, energy resistance and energy damage. Oh, so we just do more damage or resist more. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much why I went with Alan. And then let's take out the tag real quick. Universa, without a doubt, I mean she's an incredible DPS. Like arguably, she could fall anywhere between like number 1, 2, and 3 top spots, right? So I had to put her in. She also just fits really well, thanks to her second ability with anybody from last round of defense. I throw in Mark, Omni-Man, and Eve. Any of them die. Most of the time, it usually ends up being Omni-Man first. She ends up getting a crit chance increase, and the more crit chance she has, then the more chances she has to pretty much chain her lightning to the entire enemy team. All right. So just she shreds a lot. So I really enjoyed her. Started building up recently. I did realize she has a bit of a survival issue, so I started putting on the artifact for the GDA cloak, just in case she needs it. It's happened a couple times where it's actually saved me a lot. I mean, Omni-Man, again, a really powerful attacker. So I tried maxing out for his second ability because I wanted my team to have more lifesteal. And then I went for the gut punch, and the gut punch mainly just to try and get a chance of an insta kill, and then unstoppable, just more crits, and then this pairs well with this one. So I haven't fully finished him, but I mean I kind of put a pause on it just because I wanted to build up the characters. And then lastly, Adam Eve, of course, her and Robot, best healers in the whole game, without a doubt. It really just comes on a preference. But because Robot didn't really fit with the synergy, because I do my best to try and keep synergies going in, not just with the abilities, but also the tags, also the team like buffs. So I went with Adam Eve, but maxed out her final ability, maxed out her first ability, so we can get more health back from the shields, and also it shields all the allies instead of just one at a time. But this one, because it has a chance to pretty much do incredible damage or incredible healing. I am slowly working on her third one, just because I want them to have a increase in the shield duration, or sorry, shield health. I think is what it says. Value of shields. I'm assuming it's either health or I don't know, but I'm not gonna focus on her second ability only because I don't really ever have her on anybody on a team with a team. So this one to me kind of doesn't really work. But again, my separate team. So going in, let's see here. I have to look at the list real quick. My second team. So second team consists of Immortal. Where are they? Agent Spider, Robot, Kid Omni-Man, and where is the final person? Bulletproof. Now, the reasoning for this team. Oh, and this is what I mentioned earlier. Like, I try and focus on the team comp bonus. So earlier when I mentioned it for the, I guess now it's not Mauler team, but it's Malefactors team, I have the 4-in-1 bonus. But yeah, so for this one, we still get the famous 3-2, and then Immortal. Let's go through abilities. Immortal, Agent Spider, Bulletproof, Robot, and Kid Omni-Man. So Immortal first. All right. Immortal, like I said already when I was mentioning Alan, by far, in my opinion, like another one of the best tanks in the game. Honestly, at this point, I'd say Alan is the best for what's it called? The Worlds Beyond, then Immortal, then I mean this is just in my head, my tier list. I might just make one on my own. But Alan, Immortal, and then I want to say Conquest. Honestly, Titan used to be up there, but it's kind of hard to really make them fit. But Immortal, go through his abilities real quick. I have not put any effort into this man yet, but the reason for why I chose Immortal is one, really good against Viltrumites, and then two, primarily with Robot and Kid Omni-Man, was his final ability, which Immortal receives 5% of healing effect. The ability has a cooldown of 5 seconds, so whenever anybody gets healed on his team, if you max it out, it's 10%, and there is no cooldown, it's always active, so he's getting constantly healed if he's not even being directly healed, which I really, really loved. So I wanted to put Immortal in there. Bulletproof. I mean, he's kind of an alright attacker for the GDA faction, but if you can get a lot of crits off on him, he's basically immune to dying. And that mainly just comes from the fact that whenever he gets up getting crits, oops, sorry. Which ability was it? I think it was this one, yeah. Players immune to poison increase critical chance. Okay, I might be wrong. Nope, there it is. Okay, third ability. So if he's constantly getting critical strikes, he will end up getting an immune bubble or immunity bubble for 3 seconds. And it doesn't seem like there's a cooldown on this, right? So his attack stat goes up for 3 seconds, and he comes immune for 3 seconds, and then it goes away, right? But if you can pull off constant crits, in theory, you're essentially bulletproof, will not die, right? So I wanted to put bulletproof on here because I know he's a pretty lackluster attacker for the GDA, but I still really like him. I hate him in the comics. I know what he does. Um, light spoiler possibly, but I won't say much on that. I mean, he's all right. But the reason for why I put him on there as well is because Agent Spider. So Agent Spider, I mentioned in my video. I think it was my very first video ever for Invincible. Uh, I mentioned I think he's absolutely perfect for bulletproof, and ever since then I ran with it. I know he could also be great with Universa, but in my eyes, she already gets so much crit bonus if you already put it with any other Earth defenders. Giving her more, sure, but I think it benefits better on somebody who relies on it a little bit more for survivability. Um, for her, it's more damage based, and she already gets it after they end up dying. So I went with bulletproof, but Agent Spider, second ability. If there's any last line of defense heroes in the team, team's critical chance increased by 5%, and I believe crit damage increases. Yep, 20% increase to critical damage and chance at max level. I haven't been working on him. I know they released a lot of bundles for Agent Spider. Unfortunately, I didn't buy those. They were just a little too much for me. But he's definitely like my top 3 favorite characters in the entire game. Like number 1, Alan, probably Agent Spider number 2, and then number 3. I mean, let me go through and look real quick. I honestly, funny enough, Cecil, but I'll get to him when I get there. But yeah, so Agent Spider, because of that crit increase, and then he just does a lot of crits himself. I really like it, and he has displacement for his first ability. So those are the 3 frontliners, and then the backline. I mean, the star of the show, Robot, for this entire team. So much AoE healing. Like I said, him, Adam Eve, best healers in the entire game. No doubt about it. No arguments about it. But he just provides so much that I needed him on the team. So, and he has stuns as well. So I put him on there. I added the med kit to give him an increase to 8% of his healing. I still want to max it out to get even a little more. But then the final choice for why most of you might be questioning why I did this, I put in Kid Omni-Man. Now, 2 reasons. 1, his tags. Not of this earth. Because he has not of this earth tag, it activates Agent Spider's second ability. Sorry, not of this earth. Last line of defense. Apologies. Because he has the same tag as Agent Spider, it will activate the crit bonus because nobody else on the team has last line of defense. So that one, and of course his own ability, his second ability. When fighting alongside heroes from last line of defense, Kid Omni-Man increases his team's healing received by 5%. So Agent Spider, Kid Omni-Man benefiting each other being on the same team, but Kid Omni-Man being on the team increases everyone's healing received. So not only does this apply, I believe, to how much healing Robot is giving out thanks to the medkit, which is already being increased, but Immortal, who we already listed out for the shared healing, at level 1 is receiving 5% of the healing effect for whenever its ally gets healed. With Oliver being on there, he's receiving 10%. If you max it out, it's going to be 15%. And even then, it's going to be way more once I max out Oliver. So, let's see. With Oliver maxed out, it's 10%. So, Immortal will be getting 20% increased healing, along with everyone else in the team receiving the cap that Immortal would end up getting for his own ability. And this only works if you have 2 last line defense characters on the same team. So I went with Oliver and Agent Spider. It just fits in my eyes, alright? So that is my number 2 team. And if it wasn't obvious enough from when you clicked on the video, this is going to be a very long video because I do want to make up for the fact that it's taken me a long time to make this, and I just want to go fully in depth for my decisions on the teams that I chose, why I chose them, and pretty much, maybe give you an idea if you have any team ideas of your own. But that's team number 2. Now, team number 3. Now, this is where I mentioned earlier, where my main team is different in my eyes than my, I guess, hub kind of team sometimes. And not only because the main team that I listed, there's no difference besides the fact that I would swap out Universa for Battle Beast. And the reason for why is because of this third team, this Viltrumite team. So, yes, it's a Viltrumite team. Let's reset this. 1, 2, 3. I'll explain why I Universa in here. Ooh, one character. Anissa and Conquest. Now, with this team, we get the full 5 team comp bonus of 12% or 1255. And then, yeah, so we have Conquest, Lucan, Thula, Anissa, and Universa. Now, why? Right? You just said you had Universa for your main team. Why is Universa getting swapped out with Battle Beast? The reason is because when I go through it, the main reason is Conquest, right? So, I did it in the beginning of the artifact bundle, right? Don't judge me. I'm sorry. It works so perfectly fine with Conquest, and especially in GTA Ops. I realized every round, right? Every single round that starts a new wave that comes in, it resets. So if you're finishing a level in less than 15 seconds, Conquest is constantly keeping the 60% defense bonus up. Comboed with Universa being on the team, but Conquest. So artifact, but his second ability, when there is a leader ally present on the team, Conquest increases his attack by 25% of his defense. So the more defense he has, the more attack he has. This one will increase the scaling, so 40% at max, right? Now, leader tags. So, let's see here. Universa. Universa has leader tag, so I ended up throwing Universa in there because it benefits him. She does, however, lose out on the bonus from her second ability for last round of defense. But, I mean, it's alright, in my opinion, only because I only really do this once in a while. There's no events going on, like event GD Ops, like we just had, like I think yesterday it ended, for all GTA heroes, which I didn't go crazy on, I'll be honest. It, I don't really use her with the main team, and it stays separate from the arena anyways, but that's my reasoning for why I have Universa on here, to benefit Conquest, right? And then obviously Thula, really good Viltrumite attacker. She's honestly pretty good, especially because every time an Viltrumite ally dies, her attack increases by 50%. At max, I believe it's 100. Yeah, for 7 seconds, and on a whole team of Viltrumites, and then there's enemy Viltrumites, she's just constantly getting an attack boost. Plus the healing right here, and then his final ability. It goes well with Lucan. Lucan is honestly like the weakest out of all the Viltrumites in the game. So I don't know, but even then, he still benefits Thula, so I still put him on there for his third ability right here. And I mean, he gets more defense, but still, the main star of the show for tanking this would be Conquest. And then Anissa. Not only does she fit the tags, but at the same time, she reduces the attack stat of, reduces defense of human enemies 5% based on her attack stat. And Conquest's shoves, I believe, or his push, benefits her. So it just goes well. We're back. Had to do a quick cut there. He did wake up, so spent about like I think an hour and a half taking care of him. But we're back. So last I left off, I believe I was talking about my third team, the Viltrumites team, and Anissa. But yeah, so I mean, just to reiterate, the reason for why I only do it with Universa in the team, is if there's no event GTA Ops going on that's limited time. Like maybe for this one, but this one I'm not too worried about. I would pretty much put in my main team, but I would slap in Universa. Although I believe right now I am still running Universa with them. Let me check. I don't know why it's going slow. It happens on my phone as well. But oh no, not this one. No, I don't think I'm running that right now. But yeah, I'll cancel this for right now. Actually, no, I got 10 minutes on it. But yeah, I would pretty much put them in here just to get the most hero XP possible. Because that is what I need the most of right now. I mean, I had it level 20, and I was going for leveling up all my characters to their max potential. But I had to pretty much take a break because they upped the levels. So yeah. But otherwise, Universal's main team, and then if not, I put her on Team 3 and I slap in Battle Beast. But it's vice versa, they just flip whenever there's an event or not an event. Okay, Team 4. So, Team 4, we started off the beginning of the video. It also started off as being my second team, but it's now my fourth team. And the way I base the teams is based on their overall power, the team power rating up here on the top right, or top left, sorry. So you'll be able to see it when I put it up on screen on the side of the video. But I have them all listed down based on their power. So this is my fourth strongest team. Malefactors. Yep, my Malefactors team. Okay, so Malefactors team consists of Melee Mauler, Ranged Mauler, Angstrom, Multi-Paul, and Darkwing 2. Now, why? So, like I said originally, I wanted an all Mauler team, but Angstrom coming out changed it up. I instead went with Angstrom and the ranged one as my backline, and then 3 melee ones. But reset came in, reset update, and I was able to get rid of the other 2 that I was working on, and I got back a lot of food for my criminals. So I started working on Multi-Paul, bring him up because of his second ability. Each time a multi-factor or malefactor ally dies, Multi-Paul and his copies regain a 1% life steal effect, stacks up to 8 times, at max 3.25 to 20 times. So that's partially the reason why, because again it's for ops, and the reason for why I have Darkwing 2, nothing really special, other than, I mean, he's against, I guess, malefactors, lowering enemies' cooldowns, but the main reason, honestly, just because he was an extra character I had left over. No real special reason. I know he's listed as support, but he's more of like a selfish sort of support, and he doesn't really benefit the team all that much, other than the malefactors tag. Just so I can get multi-pulls, healing going on. And then obviously, I mean, if you've been playing long enough, you already know the reason for why the models are on here, along with Angstrom. They just all 3 pair so perfectly well together. That's honestly, if you don't have them together on a team, at least these 2, they're pretty bad. If you have Angstrom with neither of them, he's just borderline awful. If you have all 3 together, and then slap on a couple of other characters, or maybe even copies of them. What was that? Oh, give me one moment. Okay, that was weird. But yeah, if you slap on all 3 together and a couple of other characters, I mean, or even if you just slap on a full like team of them, I mean, I would personally say it's at least an A tier team. You really invest into them. But yeah, I recently changed it up. I add them in because a big thing I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, but one thing, if you've been watching still throughout the video, thank you. It's a habit. It started with, like I said, this team, and then it became, you know what? I love the franchise and the IP so much, and the game, that I wanted to make a team utilizing every character in the game. I even went as far as to have a all Flax and Soldier team, and I got rid of it only because out of all the commons, I'd probably say the upgraded Randomman is the best, And in the comics, I love the Reanimen. I just love seeing them on screen. I don't know why. Um, but yeah, so back to Team 4. I keep jumping around, but this is just so much to pretty much try and cover, and so much I want to explain for why I did this. But yeah, main reasons I wanted to have every character in the game, and I also just wanted to have a strong team or strong teams for every GTA ops in the game. But that's probably something I should preface at the beginning of the video. I might just do that. So if you're seeing this again, it's because I didn't think about doing it until after. But yeah, Model Team, I mean, again, no real explanation for why I need them together. They just all pair well. So I put them on, honestly, my, this is heavy. I'm trying to get this upgraded right now, but it's holding up all right. That is Team 4. Now, Team 5. Okay, Team 5 consists of, let's see here, Cecil, Russ, let's see, Damien, Shrinking Ray, and Monster Girl. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, looking at this team. Let's just throw it in real quick so you can see the whole thing. But Damien Darkblood, yeah, and they're gonna show particularly. They're not meant for the campaign. I really don't have the main team go for the campaign, but I have these 5 primarily for the fact. Well, I mean, let's get into it. So, first off, the synergies, right? So, Monster Girl is our frontliner. Okay, I would have honestly said that at the beginning of the game, when I first started playing about a year ago, and when the game essentially launched, I believe it was last year as well. I played like I think 2 months after it released. But back to the point, Monster Girl, in my opinion, was probably one of the best tanks in the game, and then just slowly got overshadowed by, I mean, Alan. And at the time, Immortal was already in the game, so you could have played between Immortal or Monster Girl, because Alan wasn't here on release. Alan coming out, I would say, shifted quite a bit. Titan, I mean, could shine, honestly, but criminals were also lacking back then. So, as time went on, I'd say Monster Girl sort of just fell from grace in a way. I know she's a tank, but I'll be so honest. Whenever I see a Monster Girl in arena as a frontliner, I already know I'll just breeze through it. Now, that being said, I have come across onesies and twosies. Okay, we're back. So, last I covered was Monster Girl. I then recorded a little bit covering the rest of the team, and then apparently OBS crashed. So it got lost. Luckily, I caught it right now, so I'll just run through from what I already finished. So after Monster Girl, Shrinking Ray, I have her in there. I mean, out of the GTA Elite characters, her and Bulletproof are the only real attackers, and even then, I'd say off rip, Shrinking Ray is probably better than Bulletproof. But if you put in the work on Bulletproof, I'd say he could sort of be better than Shrinking Ray. But with her, it's really just her being on a team. It's nothing special. I mean, it's just for, again, like the benefit, the 3-2 benefit of her just being GDA. So increases defense for allies based on how many attackers there are. Her second ability or third ability is actually really good because she becomes immune to stuns and silences. So that's really the only reason why I have Chicken Ray on there. Nothing too special. But this, I believe, it's been a bit of time that's passed since I've picked up the recording again. So okay, yeah, it's team number 5. So following Chicken Ray, Cecil, probably my third favorite character in the whole game. I know he's listed as a support. He doesn't really have any healing abilities, but I really just like him. It also, again, it fits the GDA team synergy, so I have him on there. He does have an ability where he teleports. He can steal a buff and then grant a buff to a random ally. But because he doesn't have any like direct healing, I did put on him the GA healing gel, because whenever a hero applies any buff to an ally, it also applies a healing over time. So he's at least putting on some healing for the team. I think it just fits perfect on Cecil. Russ. Russ on here, if you were watching the Conquest video, you would know I'm not too keen on Rust. In my opinion, he's like not the worst support, but I just don't like him as much. I know he can be kind of good, but the only healing he provides is a lifesteal for allies if you're fighting humans, and he can apply a confusion to enemies, and reducing their attack. So he's all right. I mean, it's something much I can really say about Russ. And then the final pick, the only reason he's on here, I like having I want to utilize every character in the game. That includes Damien Darkblood. So he's on the team only because he's also a Worlds Beyond character, so it helps out Russ, makes the team a 3-2 synergy. But nothing special for why Damien's on there other than that reason. So moving on, my team 6, and honestly, I love this team. Just because of the concept, right? So team 6 consists of the OG Guardians of the Globe. So let's put them all on. Right? These 5. War Woman, Red Rush, Green Ghost, Aquarius, and Martian Man. And the reason is honestly extremely simple. They all benefit each other being on the same team. So War Woman, she grants increased attack for each original Guard in the Globe member, and they have to be original Guard in the Globe, right? So she gives them attack. Green Ghost gives increased max HP. Red Rush doesn't give a benefit. He doesn't have an ability that like buffs up the team if there's other Guardians of the Globe, original Guardians of the Globe members with him. But his tag helps them, so him being on there still buffs the rest of them. But he does increase the critical damage when fighting against attackers. So he's really good. Honestly, he's like a pseudo DPS sort of, even though I know he's listed as support. But on this team, I mean, there's 4 supports, all helping each other out. Aquarius, I have him on here. He has the benefit of second ability. He can negate effect durations, negative effect durations. Not negate, sorry, negative. He can just reduce it for all allies that are original Guardians of the members. So, and then Martian Man, his ability, for every original Guardian of the member, he increases the enemy's ability to cooldown by 5%. So he makes the enemy take longer to get their abilities. So the more they're on the team, or the more of them that are on the team with the same tag, then the more the benefit. So that's why I have the 5 on there. I really like it. I'm trying to get them stronger, but I mean, 2 of the members are rares that I boosted up to at least elite, or sorry, to epic. So it's gonna take a while, but honestly, there is an Aquarius bundle. Now, this was from April Fool's yesterday. I'm recording this April 2nd, but they did release, wrong thing, sorry. This bundle, there was another one here for Sinclair. I think it was like 15,000 DNA, but all 3 bundles are $15, right? If you don't have the Martian trash bag, or sorry, Burger Mart trash bag, I mean, $15, if you think it's worth it for you and if you have the money to spend, you can probably get it, I think, to level 5. Like, if you have 0 amount of artifact, like, points for it, you can unlock it with 650, and then the other 50, I think, will get you to level 5, if not 10. But I'm pretty sure it's 5. Actually, no, that's wrong. I'm pretty sure it'll get you to 10, at the very least. For $15. If you buy all 3, you could max it out. And then, yeah, Bubble Boy. I know it's supposed to be a joke. Honestly, I might end up just getting this. If I'm being completely honest. I think, let me do the math here real quick, because if it's 10 purchases, I mean, for one. So I did the math earlier. My friend had actually showed me this. But for just $15, for getting 1 bundle, it will get you Let me think. Takes 3 copies, so 37 rare plus Aquariuses, and then if you don't use the Aquarius copies to get him to elite, and you use other ones like let's say Martian Man, or if you have him, Kid Omni Man, you could get. I'm trying to think here. Dude, I don't know. I want to say anywhere from 18. I could be wrong on the math. Anywhere from. Actually, no, I'm gonna say 18. I think it's 18. Elite copies of him. But if you were to buy all the entirety, look, I'm not gonna do the whole entire math right now. I might just put it on a screen on the side. But buying this 10 times, it is a lot of food. Very cheap. And if you were to do the entire 10, it's $150 US. My God. I don't think I'm gonna go that crazy, but I might just end up grabbing a bit to get him to maybe Omnipotent Plus. I don't know. Maybe. But let's see. So yeah, that's the reason. That's my sixth team, my original Guardians of the Globe team. Now moving on to my seventh team. Let's see here. Pull up the list again. All right. Okay, I deemed this my flex team. I don't know why, but I think it's because they're interchangeable depending on well, honestly, just depending on whatever. So I have Black Samson as the tank. I also do try and keep one tank at the very least for every team. I try to integrate a support into all of them, but honestly, there's a lot less supports than there are attackers. It's just a lot of attackers, and then following that, there's also there's very few tanks like defenders, but supports as well. I just can't fit that many supports into all the teams for synergy purposes. But Samson, we have on here Powerplex, Doc Seismic, Duplicate, and Rexplode. I believe the formation I run is like this or like this. Now this team, the reason for why I have them on, well, let's start with Black Samson. Honestly, just because he's a tank, and he's a GDA tank, so because of that, I felt I need to add in more GDA characters. Real quick. Alright, had to make sure OBS was recording. Like I said, it crashed earlier, and then in the last recording I did, continuing off of Monster Girl, it crashed again. So it's crashed twice already. I'm a little paranoid. But he benefits, he doesn't benefit from being with GDA characters, but he does gain damage reduction, I believe, fighting against reduces his he gains damage or reduces damage stakes if he's fighting married to mom members, which is alright. Rex also, he will give his team critical chance increase when fighting invaders, so that's alright. And him being GDA, we're already at 2. Duplicate being in there. Like I said, I was trying to get her with the little flood build I was planning on making with Cecil, her, and Multipole. So I got just Seismic Plus for right now. But I did take a step back from doing that for the meantime. Duplicate, another GDA character, so now we're at 3 for GDA, and any member of the Guardians of the Globe, enemies targeting Guardians. Wow, can't speak. Enemies targeting Guardians of the Globe allies receive 5% extra damage from Duplicate and her copies. So, Samson tanking, he's getting hit, is buffing her. If they somehow get behind us, Rexar's getting hit, she's doing more damage. Right? And then the other two. So, Powerplex, I wanted to make him fit on a different team. Honestly, I want to make him stronger and have him on a better team than what I have him now. But not only is there, this is as far as I got with him, from his release event, and then from the, what's it called? The Hero Pass. This is as far as I got. He doesn't really benefit from being with them, but he does benefit a technologist. So, and he's pretty tanky. So, I needed a technologist in my mind that's also a criminal. So I went with Doc Seismic, a very powerful character. Again, when I mentioned Universal earlier, Doc Seismic falls within that top three most powerful DPS characters in the whole game. But Doc Seismic, I mean, he hurts Viltrumite, so he's reducing their defense, energy defense for the team, so he could do more damage. But honestly, I put him on here just because he's a technologist. So he's getting even more buffs from me with Powerplex, which is huge. So yeah, that's the reason for my team. That's my flex team. I believe I also called it a flex team because I could squeeze in Doc Seismic onto the Malefactors team because he also has the Malefactors tag. And they would make the synergy be a 5. And then I had to swap Darkwing 2 over here, and I kind of just didn't want to. I'd rather give Doc Seismic the buff that Powerplex provides. So in my opinion, it was a little better. So that's why I have it like this. Yeah. My next team, which was honestly inspired by Cecil's Nightmares. And that is my Married to the Mob team. Yeah. Game restarted. Audio seems to be working again. But yeah. They added more bundles. Wow, this sounds pretty loud. I hope it doesn't overpower me. Married to the Mob team, right? So, start off Titan. And here are the rest of the members. Isotope, Kursk, Magmaniac, and Tethered Tyrant, right? This is typically how I have the layout going, but it's sitting at 2.3 million power at the moment. This is my 7th team. Look at the list real quick. No, 8th team, sorry. The 8th team. Very similar to the way the OG Guardians work. All the members of the Married to the Mob team that I have here all synergize with having more members of the same tag on the team. So more buffs, right? So Magmaniac, right here. When Married to the Mob is on the same team, Magmaniac reduces the enemy's max HP by 4%, maximum 9%. It's not all that much, but you know what? I'll take it. It fits the theme. Skills for Kursk. When fighting against any of the original Guardians of the Globe, Kursk increases his team's damage over time by 5%. Pretty good. Tethered Tyrant. When Tethered Tyrant fights alongside others that are married to the mob, he increases his self-defense by 1% for 3 seconds each time an enemy or ally dies. This effect can stack, and each stack renews the lifetime of the buff, up to a maximum of 2.5 11 times. Alright? And then finally, Titan. Oh no, sorry, not finally. Isotope increases the max HP by 3% from each married to the mob member on the team. Sorry, whoa. Very similar to the way Green Ghost is, increasing max HP. Hers is 1% at base, his is 3%. I'm pretty sure her max out is way more than 6%. But Titan being the final one, I passed him. Yeah, there he is. Now he doesn't have a buff for Married to the Mob, but he also has other abilities, and again, similar to the way Red Rush was, he benefits them just him being there. He's also like the strongest tank for that team, and the strongest tank for criminals. So yeah, that's why I had Titan on there, and then that's also why I had that team. I know Battle Beast is married to the mob, but honestly, I'm not putting Battle Beast on that team. And yeah, like I get like these are rare characters. Like, why are you putting them on there? Like, they're not good. Why are you investing like resources and time to them? I want to. I really wanted to, and I like the themes. Doing these teams has made me have more incentive to play the game. I always get on to have a purpose. I always have something that I want to level up, grind for, and make stronger. So I mean, it's just how I chose to play, and it's what I love about this game right now. It's just all these characters, make them work into a team. How do they work together? Do they synergize? If they don't, do they have the buffs on them? And it's just fun to me. I want to use every character in the game. But that is my team 8. Now my 9th team, I, whoa, okay, there we go. This team is purely made, it was purely made um, to shout out to Avatar Shoved. It was made because of him. If you're watching this, I made it because of you. All right, my Flaxen leader team, I got them up to epic at the very least. Haven't pushed them past that. Um, but yeah, this is what I deemed my loot team, right? Because each Flaxen leader, when fighting against humans, has a 5% increase in rewards, right? Resources obtained from GTA Ops. It's purely only for GTA Ops. At max level, it's 10%. And now I do plan on maxing them all out eventually, so it would be 50%, which is huge. And if I get them to Omnipotent Plus, which obviously I'm going to later, like way later on, who knows how long it'll take me, but I'm going to. So Flax Leader is purely just my loot team, right? Nothing really else about it. But yeah, just on that team, just 25% increase rewards whenever I use them for GTA Ops. And that's just because I watched one of Avatar Show's videos and it just went on from there. I made it. So this is my team. Every time I see them, it's a tribute to him. If you're watching this, it should be for you. But my final team. Now, these 10 teams used to be different because... Oh, wait, did I get rid of them? Oh, I think I got rid of my 10th team. No way. There's no way I got rid of them. No, okay, here they are. So, okay. My 10th team on the list is I called it my Cecil's Private Army because it's before. If you haven't watched season 3 yet, episode 1, just skip like the next like 30 seconds. But it's just because I called it Cecil's Private Army because this is before Cecil let Mark know that he had Reaniman and was working with Sinclair. But yeah, this team was number 10. Back then, like I want to say 7 months ago, the last two teams, Team 9 and 10, used to be Reaniman, and then at the very bottom, my weakest one was a full team of Flaxen soldiers. Now, granted, max level for these is 80. They were at 80, but I had retired all of them because I thought I had enough to make a real team, 10th team instead of using commons. But I guess I miscalculated, so I got rid of them, and then I went through the hassle of getting them all back. But yeah, so the reason for why, I mean, upgraded Randman, again, I really like them a lot. In the comics, they were one of my favorite ones. Like not even heroes, but just they were my favorite concept. I liked them a lot, so I wanted to make a team out of them, and I did. I even had gear on them. They were all maxed level 80. I wouldn't recommend it. Commons, you can't rank up. They can't go past 80. They're just capped. But I saw it as like in my mindset, right? If I had my team of five Reanimen, it was like how it was for season 3, right? And in the comics, again, might be a bit of spoilers. Honestly, at this point, I'd say skip to like 2 minutes from now, but like how it was when Doc Seisman took over captured all of the heroes. Cecil relied on the Reanimen. In my eyes, I also rely on them as a very last resort team because I have 10 teams because the reason is we have 6 GTA ops that are running, right? 6 is the max. I have seen, if you've been playing long enough, you might have seen it eventually or at some point yourself, but 6 over here, the max I've seen for events has been 4 event ops going on at once. Majority of you watching don't have the characters. You just throw in food and then you're not able to net as much rewards, right? My whole point of doing this was because I wanted to have the most amount of rewards possible, or you get a good amount. Know that when I'm throwing stuff in there, it's not just whatever. It's something that I know will net me some profit. So I made 10 teams, 6 ops. I've seen 4 events, so I made 10. Maybe I'll make it 11th. Maybe I'll make it 12th. Who knows? But they were my last ones, and again, I only use them as the very end if I used up every single team and there's still another op, like a fourth event op going on, I'm throwing them in there. But like I said, before them, it was my Flax and Soldiers. They were not before them, but after them, it was them as my 10th team. But they've sort of since been pushed out. I just thought it was really cool seeing all of them just like, shoot, like a firing squad. I did call them my firing squad back then. But yeah, those are my 10 teams. I'm going to actually at them. I'm not gonna level these right now because I don't need it. I don't need to right now. But I chose them only because out of all the comments, let's see here. Let's go through them. They're way better than the regular Reaniman, right? The upgraded Reaniman. Their stats are just outright better. The power is alright, like higher, and then the punch, same stats. Oh shit. Same stats. But it has the added benefit of a stun for 1 second. And then Flax and Soldier has probably the worst stats out of all of them. And Magma Knights, sorry, just don't do enough in my opinion. So I went with the upgraded Reaniman instead of just big rocks of lava, magma rocks. So yeah, those are my 10 teams. And I mean, I guess to just wrap it up, I made them because I thought it'd be fun. I wanted to utilize every character in the game, and I wanted to have good characters in GTA Ops and for the events to maximize all of it. 'Cause again, I had a screenshot on my phone. I think I deleted it, but there was 10 ops in total going on at once at one point, and so I made it. But yeah, I want to be able to net the most, and it's just how I want to play. Like it's what I enjoy out of this game the most. I could level this, but I'm not going to. But yeah, that has been my 10 teams. Honestly, I might just do like a monthly update, maybe see like how far they go or how far I've gotten them to, like overall power wise for the team, their rankings and stuff. But another thing I guess I should mention that too is like restricted arena, right? Like we're now okay. Requirements is only Earth defenders. Well, I mean, right now that should be easy for everybody. Everyone should have really good Earth defenders, but the one before this was Viltrumites. The one after this is going to be Guardians of the Globe, Defenders, Criminals, Leaders. Like, it's my Flaxons right there. Or maybe other leaders are stronger, but still, the point still stands. I wanted to be prepared, and honestly, in doing all of that the last year, I feel like I have prepared for all of this. So that's been the video. If you're still watching like here to the end, just want to say thank you. If you want to show your support, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. But yeah, I mean, thank you again. Very long video, my longest video so far. If you stuck through, I really appreciate it, and hope to see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Thanks again.